Hey guys, welcome back to the Feroz Moto channel. Today we have the opportunity to drive this beautiful platinum brilliant white, or one of the whites, on this Acura Integra Type S. As you guys know, the Type R has been a car I've been dreaming to get my hands on, but honestly this might be the next best thing. Here I'm with the owner Jose and my friend Bartley in the back, gonna sit with us. We're gonna go around on these nice roads out on the mountainside, but here we are wrapped in some 265/30/19 tires. I believe these are Pilot Sport 4S's compared to the PS4s we had on the GR Corolla, so we're going to see how it goes in this difference. But with this car being a front-wheel drive, of course, we're going to have a little bit of difference in dynamics, but weight, I believe, is to be similar, around that 3,300 pound range. Overall, it is pretty awesome. This is, of course, powered by a 4-cylinder turbo. I'll get you guys the name and stats on the screen here. But overall, I think it is such a beautiful package. I think it's a bit more subdued and a bit more sleeper in some ways with the car. I don't see these too often, but I think they are definitely good lookers. So here we have the white with the red interior. I'm gonna hop in and see how it goes. Boom. So I'm no stranger to this car, as my fiance, you know, Adriana, has the Integra A-Spec. So this comes with the nice and upgraded interior with the ELS Studio, bit finer touch points, and the technology package being the heads-up display. Here I'm with the owner, Jose. Say hi. And just want to say a huge thanks and shout out to him for giving us the opportunity to drive this car today. So without further ado, we're gonna get comfy, get our seating position set. I'm gonna go for a drive. So this is a traditional 6-speed manual. The only way you can come and get this car. I know a lot of people love to rave and talk about this 6-speed being from Honda's, being one of the best in the cable actuated game, and we're gonna see how it goes. So
this car, I was very much picking between cars like a Giulia, and I was picking between a M440 as well.
Oh, nice.
And so I went test drove those cars. They were awesome, but the day was finishing and I said, all right, screw it, we gotta go drive this car, because I learned to drive manual on an Integra A-Spec.
Awesome.
I went and I drove this car, and I could not let it go. The manual was just amazing.
I bet.
So definitely a great car.
Cool. Settings wise, how do you think it would be best to set up for this drive?
Well, so individual mode is basically Sport Plus, but with comfort mode suspension.
Perfect. So that's what I would go for. Alrighty, so we're gonna go on and give it a drive. We're in our individual mode here, and we'll see how it is with this clutch. Okay, BMWs like to grab kind of, I want to say, mid-center or from the beginning. Maybe that's just how mine is, but so far with the Japanese cars I've been driving, definitely feels like they like to grab towards the top. Overall, I could say the steering actually feels really nice. I know a lot can be due to the tire. This is the PS4S 265/30R19s. I must say, immediately I can notice that this car likes to pop and crackle, which gives a lot more character and spice to this car. We're going to see how it is in our favorite road. All the inputs here feel really good and solid, and this clutch is really simple to use and get comfortable with. So we're gonna see how it pulls. Wow, feels really nice. So compared to what I drove before, being the Hyundai Veloster N, I think the pops are a very warm and, you know, comfortable welcome, and I do love them, especially my car and everything. Oh boy, so this car definitely has some torque and pull. I'm so used to my fiance's Integra that kind of has nothing. With the comfort suspension right now, it's doing a great job in soaking up all these little bumps and things on the road. Granted, this part's not that rough, but as we keep going, we'll definitely get there. Transmission wise, with the gate and everything, super easy to get into each spot. There's nothing there that is of concern or contention and question. I want to beg this review that we don't run into any more squirrels, because they are just on a suicide mission today. But rev match feels really great. I know with the Integra that I drove, the rev match and rev hang was kind of atrocious in some ways with getting up power, but the way this thing just pulls out of turns feels so satisfying. Don't want to hit the rocks here. Sticks, yeah, it's gonna be a bit of autocross in this review as well, as we're dodging all of these types of things. But immediately I want to say the suspension feels really good in the comfort setting. It's not too roly-poly, and the chassis feels super tight. Of course, with this being not too drastically different than what we have compared to the A-Spec, I think this just, you know, takes everything up a couple more notches and does a great job in an overall package. For a daily driver, I see why this is such a popular option. I know with Type R's being still pretty hard to get MSRP, I know I have heard stories of them getting there. It's still a lot for that car, as well as this one in some regard, but I think you do get a lot of nice little creature comfort things that bring this up to a more, you know, mature or upscale market versus the blazing red interior, seats, the wing in the back, and all the boy racer stuff we come to love, but just a different flavor or tune to that. But overall, like I said, I'm really digging this. This is the heads-up display, which Adriana does not have on her car, and I think it does a great job of being very distinct with the information. We have our speed, our directions and navigation there, and of course the speed limit, which we are abiding since we are in Mexico. But yeah, the rev match just feels really good. Gonna keep warming up with the speed here, but in these turns, it just feels so good. Wow. So it actually really pulls really, really hard. You know, I'm so numb and kind of used to what I have in my car, but especially with how light this car is, it's around, what, like 3,200 pounds? 3,600 pounds. Okay, so a couple 100 pounds lighter than my car, but it just feels so right. And the satisfaction feel of you getting pulled versus pushed through is a very welcome and different feeling. I know we recently saw the video of Max Verstappen saying front wheel drive is anti-driving or the wrong driving, but for the street and anything like that, I mean, what you can get this guy to do compared to other cars is just really, really baffling. And Honda did a great job with their bespoke kind of double wishbone but multi-link McPherson type of snafu with their suspension design. But just a great job in just giving you all the camber, all the power you need, and to not give you too much torque steer once you're going in through these turns. But I just love playing with this chassis. Just such a good job when you're progressive and smooth with it. Like anything, you just gotta respect how it goes. It seems that when I let off throttle and shift, it still likes to, I don't know, rev. Is that normal?
Yeah, the rev hang is a little normal. It's
okay.
Just the throttle is incredibly sensitive.
I see. So maybe I just have to really like let it off then.
And Sport Plus, if you're hitting bumps, you'll actually like hear it revving.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's so sensitive.
So not to, you know, zonk the car is more of a driver error on my side. Just got to be a little bit more careful and specific with that. But I know with the exhaust being bespoke to American markets for this car, they got to add a bit more sound and tuning to it. It sounds fantastic with these little off throttle burbles, but nothing I think too obnoxious or, you know, rude in some ways. Everyone has their level of what they can deal with and satisfaction. See, there I was off and it didn't do that, which is awesome. But I'm really liking it, guys. Really, really liking it. Super comfortable, and like I said, these are not the most, you know, nice and perfect roads, so it's just soaking up really great. And the kind of, you know, with the toga and everything, this is kind of the perfect suspension we want for this type of driving. These tires are doing a great job giving me all the contact patch. As we know, Michelin is king of the game when it comes to some of their wet and dry performance for a do-it-all type of tire. And I'm a huge fan of what they're doing here with this car. With it being so little of the sidewall, it gives you a lot of that direct feel and feedback through the wheel and everything. So overall, like I said, I'm just a huge, huge fan. This is my first time kind of experiencing torque steer in some ways. You got to be careful when giving it out that you don't want to just completely match when you turn. That's going to want to push out slightly. But that's just being on how to really respect and understand this car's limits and how it affects on the road. But what a fun and playful chassis. One thing I will mention compared to the Adriana's base Integra is the rear definitely feels, I want to say, a bit more disconnected compared to the front. Like you could turn the front, it feels kind of sharp with, I guess, whatever you're doing with their sway bars and such, but the rear just kind of feels kind of disconnected or sway or boaty in some ways. This feels super tight. We are here in a very purpose-built and driven machine. I see why people attract these guys and give them so much respect as they do out on the road, and it just feels very, very confident and inspiring. That is one thing, and definitely also could be due to just the tire that they come with. It's just a generic all-season Continental, but this guy here means business. Brake feel feels really good, very modular. Is this still brake-by-wire, or they have the...
This is brake-by-wire. Yeah.
Brake-by-wire, yep. So I'm no stranger to that. Honestly, these days, I wish I was a bit more in tune with my feet feeling, but I can't really tell the most dramatic difference. I know sometimes the pedal can be, don't want to say a little spongy, but not as wooden as it is compared to the old school ones, but I have no problem here with how this car performs and drives. Would you say at the limit it's very understeery pushy, or still you can get some rotation out of this guy?
Oh no, I've never had an understeer problem with this car.
Wow.
Whatever they're doing with the brake torque,
yeah,
in the
it's
back
so good.
Really keeps it moving.
More squirrels out there on the road trying to get a death wish, but it just feels, I guess, yeah, that's the word. Like, you just feel like a hero driving this car. They did such a good job tuning it. As we saw for American roads, they're not the most perfect, and just such a good job. And just being perfect out in this road, in this atmosphere. So, as you said, compared to other cars, I know in this market, you know, at this price range, there are quite a lot of options. So you said just mainly based on the transmission feel and like the chassis and everything. What else were you looking for before getting this guy?
I definitely thought about a TLX Type S as well, because I liked some of the more touring features, like the cooled seats and the sunroof and all that. But honestly, I got in this car, completely forgot that sunroofs were an option. Didn't care about the cooling. And when I heard the pops and the fact that it comes like that from the factory,
oh man,
like you just can't.
Sold.
You just can't.
Absolutely sold. I think the pops really do make it. When I did drive that Veloster, yeah, the Hyundai Veloster N, man, it's just so like fun and rambunctious. Like, just makes you giggle and feel like a kid as you're pushing it. And I think they really did a good job of how tasteful it is. It's not a loud pop or bang like you get from a downpipe type of tune. It's just a flavorful thing, knowing that, yeah, we're here to party. We're here to have some fun. I'm sure you could probably tune it right with the different drive modes and everything.
Yeah, and I've heard that some people are getting these up to 400 without even breaching emissions.
How do you do reverse in this guy?
Reverse is just all the way out. It locks out while moving forward.
Perfect.
And
clutch is so easy to use.
The clutch is great. I love the amount of feedback I get for being in a lightweight single mass flywheel.
Yeah, 100%. It tells you a lot.
It was honestly easier to drive than the A-Spec.
Yeah.
Just because of the clutch feel.
Naturally, I'm feeling it's very progressive and neutral. Driving the GR Corolla, I felt it was a bit harder to be smooth. I think it's also just due to with the displacement on the motor, like just catching the right spot with how much lag and everything. Like you're asking a lot from that thing, so you got to really be in tune with how it goes. But I mean, just the difference compared to all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, there are distinct differences. I will say this car out the box definitely feels more buttoned down and I want to say proficient and being more serious and giving its power. Of course, for the interior and everything, I feel lower as well to the ground. The seats feel very good and giving me all the support I need laterally, and they actually are very comfortable. I do enjoy this interior. A lot of people like this, preferably over what the GR has to offer, but such a fun and great package. So I'm gonna be quiet here for a little bit and we'll see how we do on these roads. You just feel it kind of like clawing for grip as it goes over these little hills. It's so nice.
And in Sport Plus, you really feel the suspension change.
Yeah.
It really gives you a lot of feedback.
Do you want to put it into Sport for me? Okay, so we are now in Sport. The steering wheel definitely got more heft. I actually prefer lighter steering if it doesn't add any more feedback, but definitely a bit more progressive in that turn in and response. Birdie move! Yee. Yeah. The weight actually doesn't feel that obnoxious or bad.
Yeah,
I like it.
My individual is using sport steering because of that weight.
Yeah.
But I found that they were pretty similar on this weight.
It's just so hard to beat lightweight cars, and just like when they're tuned to have that in mind, like you just can't fight physics in a lot of ways. So it's so good. Yeah, I already feel very comfortable in pushing this car. Like I said, I've been daily driving Adriana's Integra for a bit, so this is just like the next level and rendition of that car in its proficiency, its style, and everything. So I'm loving it. How are you doing in the back, Bartley? Yeah, like it's just everything feels like it's done with purpose. The perfect balance for what this car is out the box. Any mods or things you're deciding to do in the future with this guy?
I'm looking to just probably put Titan 7s on it. The T5S is
very nice.
The HRC concept.
Yep.
I don't really want to. I've very much thought about lowering it, but I wouldn't want to mess with the ride height.
I wouldn't want to ruin what this guy has.
Yeah, I really don't want to mess with the geometry too much because it's already very perfect to me.
Yeah.
And I did consider doing a charge pipe to get more intake noise, but near second gear you can hear the intake quite loudly. So I think it's honestly perfect.
Sounds really good. Like just all the you get the induction noise, you get the exhaust. The shifter feels so great as you're just sliding into gear. Little pops off the decel. I don't know what else you could ask for a car. I know a lot of people just can't give up rear-wheel drive, but please do yourself a favor and give this car a shot. What an experience! What a car! Now, comparing this to a Type R, I can assume it's 95% the same. But I know the suspension module in there are a bit firmer, so I know a lot of people actually swap these in to the Type R's to give that road compliance, because not everyone's driving on perfectly flat condition surfaces and all. With this being in sport mode right now, it's still definitely not that jarring. I want to say it kind of reminds me of what I have in my car. Of course, that I am lowered, I kind of sacrifice and give up some of that ride comfort, but you definitely just get a lot of that confidence and feedback in the wheel as it's undulating all over these different textures and such. So good. So that's one thing I have to, I guess, get used to. I'm not used to front-wheel drive, so putting power in a turn, if you're not careful, you actually make the car push out a bit, because you want to put power down, but that force is kind of pulling you forward. So different levels of respect for different levels of game and drivetrains and such. But I'm a big fan. Kind of wish Adriana had the stick shift option for her car. The CVT leaves lots of desired, and not having an LSD really makes things kind of lackluster. I think the magic in this car is once you're in a turn, kind of putting on some power and just feeling it dig, 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 dig as you're coming out. It's just such a good feeling. Same with rear-wheel drive and everything. Just having a car, feeling it actually put its power down, all the engineering behind it as it's working. You get a sense of appreciation, respect for what these guys did. The Takumi's working on these things back in the day. I believe this guy is built in America, right? Type R's are in Japan?
Yep, this guy's built in Ohio.
Yep. But still great. I mean, Hondas are Hondas, so I absolutely love these cars. I understand the zeal and affection for these vehicles, and who knows, in a different reality, I like to say, I would have been a Honda boy through and through. As you guys know, originally, wow, it's a nice Porsche, man. Woo. Additionally, in the beginning, I really wanted a Type R, but just with how the market was back in the time when I was going for it, they were just not playing game. I think these guys, you actually get them kind of under nowadays. Is that true?
I got this for $3,000 under,
wow.
And I got $2,000 worth of fees waived.
Wow. So, I mean, there's just so much value here. I do think that, of course, everyone loves the Type R. The one big thing with that car is just the value proposition. I do not think they depreciate at all, which is just insane. You could drive that car, like put 10,000 miles and lose like what, 2 grand, 3 grand? I don't know how these are going to do the market, but if you're getting them at a bit of a dip already, I mean, it just makes it such a compelling option and offer. I can't see myself getting one of these in the future, like, because why not? Like, out here, where you're actually just letting the car eat, do its thing, and like a proper road, not just on highways, like, it just feels so good. And I always say in every video, like, I'm a driver, not really a straight line guy, so like, just letting a car do what it's built to do, like, it's heaven, it's peace for me. I'm a complete utter zen, and I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity to drive all these different cars, get to kind of get an idea and plethora of how I am with different vehicles and just what they all have to offer. Each brand has different flavors, different conditions, different spices of life as we go through, and it's just so awesome to see every little different taste and why people have things that speak out to them and others. So what do you think, Jose? Very happy with this decision?
Dude, I am so happy with this decision. I want to mention this car is also interest-free for me because of...
That's freaking sick.
Because of the new bill that came out, I get a tax credit for every bit of interest I pay on this car.
That is absolutely insane.
It's a ridiculous value.
I agree.
It is so much fun.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All I can say is wow, guys. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this long form drive review content, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is your host, Ryan. We have Jose and Bartley with me here. Yeah, just huge shout out for you guys who made it throughout the end of this video. If you guys want your cars reviewed, please hit me up on Instagram. And this is your host, Ryan, signing off for another video. Feroz Moto out.